Is Ivana Trump's death being investigated? Is Ivanka Trump helping with the investigation? Were family members behind the death of Ivana? Was Russia behind the death of Ivana? Welcome to Trevor's Tarot, Astrology, and Spirituality. First off, all these readings are for entertainment purposes only. Thank you to all the new subscribers, to everybody who likes, watches, and comments on the video. It's hugely appreciated. It helps the algorithm. If you've been watching but you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate you hitting the subscription button. Okay, so I'd done a reading on Ivana's death a few weeks ago, and it seemed to indicate that it wasn't a natural death. But let's start by just asking the questions, and for entertainment purposes only. Is Ivana Trump's death being investigated? I think so. This card really wants to be seen, so let's look at it. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. This came up a lot when we were reading on her death. I have it upside down, sorry. Uh, it's about inheritance, right? Trump's death investigated. Trump's death. See the Five of Cups in the scrying bowl, which is about loss. Which would make sense since we're reading on someone's passing. With the Five of Pentacles, she was left out in the cold. Like, she didn't have a way of defending herself. The challenge is how slow, if there is an investigation, it's moving. Yeah, I think so. I think people probably will start giving depositions in the next 6 months to a year, and they're going to have to defend themselves. Yeah, in the past we have the Devil card, toxicity, manipulation, um, abuse of power, which is what happened, I believe, and people misrepresenting their motives. In the sky, we get the Ace of Pentacles, which is about new beginnings, particularly financial new beginnings. But it could just be a new beginning into the investigation, looking into the money. I don't think, and for entertainment purposes only, I don't think anybody, she probably knew who did it, but they were probably paid to do it. It's surprising new developments in the near future. We might hear something about this. Repayments of loans and debts with the Six of Pentacles. It's like this was a way of repaying a debt, or it was a way of not incurring a debt. We get the Death card, which makes perfect sense. Just confirmation we're reading on the right thing. I think but it represents the end of the silence on this topic. The hopes and fears, we get families and celebrations. That's a hope. You can't go back in time, but I think Ivanka in particular, and possibly Eric, are very much good. Here's the Five of Cups I've seen in the scrying bowl, which is about loss, partnerships, and the truth coming out. The cards would seem to indicate, yeah, that somebody's looking into this. the seeds have been planted that something was more nefarious. The fates are turning, and we're going to get emotional messages coming forward. So it feels like there's somebody looking into this. Okay. So the next question is, will Ivanka help with the investigation? I did a reading a number of months ago where I saw her giving a deposition and I didn't know what it was for, but I thought it might have been for this. Ivanka help with the investigation into Ivana's death. The investigation into Ivana's death. Yeah, it's an end for her. It was like this was the end, the last straw of trying to defend people. The challenge is the unlikely partnerships, and we'll get to that, but I think there was some Russian involvement or Russian influence on what happened. And I think that causes her a little bit of hesitation. Lots of major arcanas, things behind the scenes that we can't see. I think she might be fearful for her family, which is understandable. Three major arcanas to start with. The fighting was in the past. This, I think, was Ivana's death in the past. We get a passionate messenger coming forward. This could be a prosecutor, and it might not be public facing, right? It might be behind the scenes. In the near future, we get fiery messages and celebrations. Like, this feels like her beating the drum, like, yeah, people are finally looking into the crazy. More messages, the Page of Wands. She's going to have to make a choice. I think it's kind of like the choice that they tried to frame, Trump or America, right? So Trump or Ivana. The hopes and fears is the Six of Cups, thinking about the next generation, hoping that they'll be fine with whatever transpires. Yeah, and the outcome is the devil. If she is, she's very much keeping this a secret. This is manipulation, deception, mis and disinformation. Nobody knows she's doing it. Circles of support, three people. It could be her and two others. And partnerships, partnering with people. Underneath, we get reunions and celebrations. And if one plan doesn't work, try another. And the wheel of fortune being on a precipice. But it's inevitable. It's inevitable that she's going to talk. What's she going to talk about? She's going to talk about the deceit and the deception with the Seven of Swords, which is going to lead her to walk away and probably walk away forever. I always felt after her father died that there wouldn't be a very strong family connection anymore. I could be wrong. But it seems like the money's what glues them together. And when the money's already doled out to everybody, there's no reason for it. So let's ask, did Russia have anything to do with this? Did Russia have anything to do with this? So she's thought to have been working for Russia from her days in Czechoslovakia. Did she just know something too much? It's full steam ahead once a decision was hashed with the Knight of Swords. The problem was the truth getting out. Whatever she knew would have been very damaging to somebody. Yet unlikely partnerships. I think this is her teaming with Russia to perhaps spill some dirt on the current president of the United States. Maybe the magician in the past, dark energy, manifestations. Here's the Ten of Pentacles again, coming out of the next generation, uh, inheritance, also possibly keeping things in the chest of money, keeping the chest closed. Reminds me of the coffin. It was a closed coffin. Yeah, the devil in the near term outcome. Again, misdirection, misinformation, disinformation, abuse of power, deceit, deception, holding people in bondage, like holding something over people. The Ten of Wands, really heavy burdens. We get victory. I think this was Russia being victorious in their pursuit of her going away. Here's her moving on. That's all that represents. The Six of Swords. Lots of fighting, preparing for fighting. Five of Wands. Get the Hierophant, the church, the courts. They're worried about something coming out in court. And so circles of support around money, they use that to take care of it. The three people are probably the president of the United States, Vladimir Putin, and another person who's probably responsible. Yeah, she held the truth. That's the problem. She was the Queen of Swords holding the truth, and they didn't want that to get out. Let's ask the question just really specifically if one of the Trump family members was involved. And again, for entertainment purposes only, this is just a tarot reading. Means it's one of the family members involved. Get guardrails, Nine of Wands, and the Three of Wands. It's inevitable. Waiting for one ship to come in. It was almost inevitable that she had to go. One of the family members, one or more. I think so. I think it weighs very heavily on the ones that know about it. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune challenges the Ten of Pentacles, which is inheritance. And that's interesting that that's the challenge. It's almost as if the challenge was their father and getting money from him at the end if they didn't go along with it. Like the money would go away. The Queen of Wands, this feels like Ivanka. She's the only, not that, let me be careful. She's the only one that might tell the story. In the past, they were on a downward trajectory, and Russia came in and helped them, in particular the president of the United States. How'd they help them? By giving them loans, receiving loans, forgiving loans, giving money. anything of value. Yeah, it's inevitable in the near future. It's inevitable that we're going to find out what happened. And I think it does involve one or more the family members. They had to tear down the family structure in order to keep the money, tear down the family structure to keep the money. So the Tower card, it's about loss. I don't think this doesn't mean that some of them aren't super heartbroken, because I do think Eric Trump in particular is families and reunions. It's about family. She was there holding the truth. That's Ivana. He was worried about money. This feels like the president of the United States for entertainment purposes only. They were scared about the truth coming out, full illumination with the sun card. Underneath, we get bombshells and surprises. The surprise is going to be the revealing of the deceit and the deception. So yeah, I think there's a lot more to this story. I do think eventually it will get told. It might not happen until after the felon has left the planet, but I think eventually this story will get told. All right, thank you for watching. I'll be back with another video soon.